Wagner.
Speaker, I rise to support this Building Amendment Bill number 4 at its first reading. It was back in 2009 that the National Government undertook the Building Act review, and that review was driven by the need to improve building quality, to simplify the procedures in construction, to contain costs and to remove delays in building consent processes. The review confirmed that change was needed so that builders, contractors and tradespeople could take full responsibility for the quality of their work and to make sure that we had professional standards and outcomes. Now, this bill is the second of 2 bills introduced to implement that Building Act review policy decisions. The Building Amendment Act number 3 has now passed into law, and we're introducing number 4 today. Today's bill introduces the most comprehensive consumer protection measures. For example, it requires that we have written contracts for most residential building work, and it ensures that contractors must fix any defects in a building that's reported within 12 months. It also provides processes for the enforcement of warranties. Now, the idea of these measures is to give consumers much more protection from poor quality work and to therefore increase their peace of mind during and after a building project. The bill also seeks to clarify any exemptions from building consent requirements, and it does this by rewriting and reformatting Schedule 1 of the Act. It's of particular interest to me as the MP for Christchurch Central that the bill also introduces a new power for territorial authorities to deal with buildings that are at risk because they are close to other dangerous buildings. Now, this is an issue that's come out of the Canterbury earthquakes, and it will be really good to have these procedures clarified in legislation. The bill increases the penalties of the offence of doing building work without a consent. The maximum penalty is now $200,000, which is up 100% from the previous $100,000. So it makes it a very serious offence indeed. The bill also makes significant and well-considered changes to the legislation around dams, and considering the amount of work that's going into that area, it's a good thing to see that upgraded. The building and construction industry is significant in New Zealand. It currently employs about 170,000 people, which means about 1 in 12 New Zealanders are involved in that industry. But when we think of the future of the $20 to $30 billion rebuild that's going to be focused on Christchurch and Canterbury, that number of people involved in this industry can only increase. So I welcome this bill. I think we must do everything to make sure that we build quality buildings, quality industrial buildings, commercial buildings and residential buildings, but also at the best possible cost. The 2009 Building Act review developed policies both to improve the quality of building and its cost effectiveness. And I think the people of New Zealand really need to have confidence in the construction sector and the work it does. So this number 4 bill, I think, will deliver on those policies. So I commend the bill to the House.
Phil Twyford.
Mr. Speaker.